Now we can go to the next round.
The Bulls had made short work of their first two playoff opponents. But they knew that the Eastern Conference Finals would be different, because in this long-awaited series, they would be pitted against their most bitter adversary. In last year's playoffs, the New York Knicks had physically punished the Bulls.
Pippen, oh, he is ripped by Starks.
And pushed the defending champions to the brink of elimination.
The Bulls have all they can handle here by the New York Knicks.
Strengthened by carefully planned off-season acquisitions and made bold by the possession of the home court advantage, the Knicks again took aim at Chicago's crown.
The anticipation been there all year long, and we understand that in order for us to get into a championship, that we have to go through Chicago, and we understand come Sunday, it's going to be an all-out war.
We knew New York would take us to our limit. So it was a mental test as well as a physical test to take on the baddest and the worst and probably the best challenge that we would have in the playoffs.
From the moment Chicago stepped out onto Madison Square Garden's floor, New York hounded their every move.
Rejected by Ewing. Jordan changed his mind and Rivers right there.
For New York's vaunted defense, Michael Jordan was the ultimate test. And John Starks would step up and accept the challenge.
As he reads MJ real well, he has studied films on Michael Jordan because he's playing him better than I've ever seen anybody play him.
Jordan high on the right side, turns, there's a quick jumper, and he put up an air ball. The Knicks are flat outplaying Chicago at both ends right now.
With Starks containing Jordan, the Knicks gained confidence with every play.
Starks for three.
And for the series' first two games, they battered the Bulls with ferocious intensity.
Oakley misses the tip, gets his own rebound, the follow is good.
Oakley with reckless abandon, that time underneath their right side.
Mason trying to do it off the dribble. And he threw the fight. It counts! The basket counts and the foul!
Fittingly, it was Starks who would close out Game 2 and emphatically stake New York to a 2-0 series lead.
Starks goes baseline. Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness! Oh, what a play by Starks!
Starks with the spark. That play should just about finish off the Bulls.
Oh, we're concerned. There's no doubt about that. But, you know, they're playing their style of game on their home floor. They're not going to play that style of ball game on our floor.
The Bulls have come back from one down, but have never had to come back in their 2-year dominance, trailing 2-0 in a series.
After those first two games, they really started getting real cocky and thought they were going to sweep us, and this was the time to do it, and we had another thing in store for them.
I think we left New York saying, let's use Chicago as the springboard, and let's make them pay a price in Chicago. And the price was, don't let them out with a win. No matter what happens, we have to take them both times.
Racing out to an early lead, the Bulls made sure that this critical game would be played on their terms. Using their quickness to frustrate the Knicks, the Bulls never let them into the contest.
The Knicks way out of sync. I think the Bulls have got them in their pocket real early. Pippen now drives to the basket. Changes, put it up and in with a bank shot, running in to the left side with the right hand.
I think Game 3 was probably the key game of that series. We never felt we were out of control after that Game 3, even though we were down 2-1. We felt we were in control.
With their series lead cut in half, the Knicks looked to reassert their dominance in Game 4. But they would be too late. The Bulls had been ignited, and even more ominously, Michael Jordan was about to be unleashed.
to a good start, showing signs.
Held down by the Knicks through the first 3 games of the series, Jordan would be shackled no longer.
Michael firing over and score! Michael back to the deck, knocked it down for 3.
Bulls winning by 2. Jordan tongue dangling, hangs, pump, score!
He just looks like he might be unstoppable.
Takes the return pass, fires another 3. Why not? He's unconscious today.
Michael with a dribble against Rivers. Michael down the lane, a fake, hangs, fires, scores!
He has 50.
When Jordan's onslaught was complete, he had scorched the Knicks for 54 points and even the series at 2. But any celebration in Chicago was tempered by the fact that Game 5 would be played in New York, where the Knicks showed supreme confidence in their ability to defend their home court.
You know, going into that game, they won like 27, 28 games in a row at home, and the way they acted was, you know, we couldn't beat them on their floor.
But the Bulls countered with confidence of their own.
Well, the feeling was that we can win, and there was no doubt. Wasn't much said. We never came out and said, well, we're going to beat them. I think it was just a feeling that we had we could beat them in Game 5.
Feeding off their success in Chicago, the Bulls burst quickly out of the gate.
The Bulls on the run. A facial soaked up at John Starks.
But doggedly, the Knicks kept pace.
Here's Starks to the hoop.
Rivers handles it, long late pass down to Mosley, and it's thunderslam.
I'm telling you, this is like a heavyweight championship fight.
With control of the series at stake, both teams played with furious intensity and neither was getting ground.
What's the law? What's the law? The alley-oop to perfection. Shot clock at 7. Ewing again from deep. Yes! And it goes.
They just keep going back and forth.
Jordan with the hesitation. Yes!
Now to Ewing, who fires a 3 and hits it. He had 1 all year.
With time dwindling, Chicago would look to take the lead with one bold stroke.
Knicks with a 1-point lead. Jordan gets the pick from Grant. Armstrong. Yes! A 3-pointer for B.J. Armstrong.
Clinging to a 1-point advantage, the Bulls saw their task clearly. Stop the Knicks, and the game was theirs.
So it has come down to this.
All series long, the Knicks' defense had occupied the spotlight. Now, the Bulls would test their own defense with the game on the line.
Ewing out to set a pick. Here's Starks, changed his mind. Plenty of time on the shot clock, down to 10. Ewing for Smith. Smith. Strip. Smith. Stop. Smith. Stopped again by Pippen. What a play by Scottie Pippen. Final seconds. Jordan for Armstrong. And the Bulls have defeated the Knicks. The Chicago Bulls with a couple of spectacular plays. Scottie Pippen stopping Charles Smith.
And now the Bulls can win it all. They can close out the Knicks in Game 6 at the Chicago Stadium.
You felt the air go out of Madison Square Garden as we ran off the floor. And I'm sure there were quite a few people in that building thinking this is the last time we're going to see this New York Knicks team this year.
As they triumphantly returned home, a loose Bulls team looked to finish the series, while the once confident Knicks had lost their swagger.
Michael Jordan guiding it home.
Jordan runs in between Rivers and Starks. Baseline, great feed. Reverse left by Grant. Calls in and he's fouled.
Man, oh man, oh man.
The Bulls on a roll.
The Knicks lost their confidence, we felt. And it was us to go ahead and put that nail in the coffin here in Chicago.
Shot clock at 4. Here's Pippen for 3. Yes! Again, Scottie Pippen has hit the big shot.
I think the most special part about it was really us being chosen as the underdogs, and we was able to overcome that.
And Grant on the drive. Hughes fouled. It counts.
It's all over in New York.
Last 15 years, 106 teams have been down 0-2. 3 have come back to win the series, make it 4. The Chicago Bulls, as Scott Williams concludes matters. And it is Chicago going on
arch rivals, a team that was supposed to beat us, and we hadn't been predicted to get back to the finals. Those are the things, those special feelings that you had. You know, it's kind of like a championship, but not quite.